Hello there, welcome to this week's edition of BOI Weekly. I'm Gloria Umezuke. 2017 marked a significant beginning for young entrepreneurs in Nigeria as the Bank of Industry started granting loans to micro, small and medium entrepreneurs with the aim of boosting the economy, creating jobs and enduring wealth. The bank engages 14 microfinance banks with branches nationwide to disburse these loans to deserving entrepreneurs. A number of micro, small and medium entrepreneurs who were targeted for these loans include tailors, furniture makers, shoemakers, bakers, among others. The disbursement of these loans has seen several entrepreneurs making waves in the business world as they continue to access funds from the Bank of Industry to grow their businesses. On this week's edition of the program, we'll take a look at how 3 beneficiaries of these loans are contributing their quota to the economic development of the nation. Welcome to the program. Welcome back. Our team, as usual, visited some of the beneficiaries based in Kaduna State. Now, these beneficiaries include Graceland Poly Multi-Services, Camel Global Concepts Nigeria Limited, and Zarewa Aluminium Plastic Limited. Proprietors of these businesses talked to us about the impact of the credit facility from BOI on their businesses. We begin with Graceland Poly Multi-Services, managed by Mr. Julius Tanko as the Chief Executive Officer, and Camel Global Concepts Nigeria Limited, managed by Mr. Mohammed Usman. Graceland Poly Multi-Services was incorporated in Kaduna State on the 3rd of September 2014, while Camel Global Concepts Nigeria Limited was incorporated on the 9th of February, also in Kaduna State. Take a listen as we bring you details of the transformation agenda of BOI on these businesses. Graceland Poly Multi-Services is a business idea that came into fruition 7 years ago in the city of Kaduna, north-central Nigeria. The company specializes in the printing of poly products, especially the ones used in bagging sachet water. Like a dream come true, the Bank of Industry's intervention in the life of Graceland Poly Multi-Services brought a breath of fresh air as the company's 5-year struggle to remain in business ended with a new lease of life. The Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Graceland Poly Multi-Services takes our team down memory lane as he shares his story of struggles and successes in the business of poly products.
Yes, I am Kaduna State, Nigeria precisely. I have joined this nylon printing almost 7 years ago. And 2 years after I started, I met BOI, which has become.
Before you met BOI,
Yeah.
how was it when you first started?
Actually, things were not easy. I started at the zinc house, quite all right. When I met, before I met BOI, I started at the zinc house at the other side of the main road. Meeting.
How many machines did you start with?
I was with just 2 machines that time when I started. After 2 years struggling, buying product, to buy product has become a problem until I come in contact with the BOI. That was what has at least really assisted me, helped me to become very this much.
From a zinc house and only 2 staff, the Managing Director of Graceland Poly Multi-Services pays glowing tributes to the Bank of Industry for the intervention, which has increased the staff strength of the company to 11. He dreams of becoming an importer of industrial machines as he appreciates the Bank of Industry.
Through a friend of mine that has been with them for some time, that comes to at least let me know that this is how BOI work, that they really assist all this small-scale industry. So he directed me to go there on my own, which I've been able to go there, and they really accept me.
So, How much was BOI's intervention in your business?
BOI intervention on my business at the beginning was we started with a 3.2 million naira. I started with them on a microwave, which I was running with only one machine that time. The other second one was not yet moving. That money comes, I add more machines with my little capital. Everything changed. Truly, they have been a big support in my life, which I have never meant to until I was struggling to even obtain microfinance bank was even an issue. But meeting BOI become very great in my life. The success what I have become today is because of BOI. The when I get there, being a new face, he tried and he interviewed me. He interviewed me. He take me a small time when he noticed, at least after the interview, he accepted me like a brother. So I am very, very glad on that. My message to my colleagues on business is whatever you are doing, any kind of business you are doing, if you want at least a government help through BOI, just if you go to the office, make sure what you are doing, you do it correct. When you get there, they come for interview and assess you in a very good business, in a clean business, you will be grand graced to be with them.
Do you have any challenge? Are there challenges?
Actually, there are challenges we are facing small on a business. Every business has its own challenges, but the moment you focus and give your attention to whatever you are doing, give your whole time to what you are doing, you will progress on it.
So what would be your message to BOI?
My message to BOI, they should keep on, and also at least no matter how a little business is little, they should not underrate it, so that people will be able to at least to upgrade and help this country to move forward. Yes, business. If you understand the business, it's not about collecting money on business. If whatever you are doing, you understand it and you feel you want to upgrade, approach BOI, they will assist you.
So what would be your vision, or what is your vision? You started with one machine, now with BOI you have acquired more machines.
Yes.
What's your vision for this business?
My vision is for me to start bringing my machine from outside by myself.
When you started, how many employees?
I was having only 2 employees then.
Now how many do you have?
I have 11 now.
Can you tell us in the statement when you started, you had this, now you have this, so that you flow?
Yes. When I started on the zinc house, I was with only 2 employees, including me. We are both working on the machines. When assistant of the BOI comes, I add more staffs, like 3. After more machines are coming, then I employ the remaining ones.
Another young entrepreneur making waves in Kaduna State is Mr. Mohammed Usman, who runs Camel Global Concept Nigeria Limited. The company started the business of producing blocks in 2015 with only 3 staff. The company, which has since diversified into other concrete products, now boasts of 35 persons in its employment.
Even me, I enjoyed it, but I call people, or especially youth, don't think government give you work. Go and create small business. By God's grace, you meet up. Put it in your mind that you going to somewhere. Inshallah, you go. So don't rely with say government give me work, government no work. No. Go and start business. All the small business, start it. Inshallah, you make it. I say thank you. I thank to Almighty Allah, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, to give me strength and experience to go and meet them. I thank them to support me, to give me this fund and support my business. So now I started with 3 people. Now I have about 35 people under me, work under me. So I'm very grateful with this and say BOI, thank you very much. My next plan, I want to repay this remaining balance way with my hand. So I quickly repay it before the time I want to liquidate it. So to apply another one to get, I have one challenge into my business now. I need truck like a tipper. So I want try to liquidate this amount to get applied for truck now. So that is my challenges now. That is of my plan.
The expansion of Camel Global Concepts Nigeria Limited as a major player in the business of producing blocks is one that should encourage young entrepreneurs to approach the Bank of Industry. The managing director of the company plans to seek further intervention from the bank. Welcome back. Our next report features Zarewa Aluminium Plastic Limited, a company based in Kaduna State. The company is a leading manufacturer of long-span aluminium sheets, metcouples, step tiles, concrete roofing tiles, PVC ceiling and PVC pipes. Now, through the intervention of the Bank of Industry, the company is doing well as it strives to meet the ever-increasing demands of its customers. Take a listen. The business of producing long-span aluminium roofing sheets, concrete roofing tiles, PVC ceiling and PVC pipes continues to grow all over the world. And with the support of the Bank of Industry, Zarewa Aluminium Plastic Limited, a company based in Kaduna, is carving a niche for itself as a major player in the industry. Although Zarewa Aluminium Plastic Limited was established in 2007 with 15 staff and a single line for long-span aluminium production, the company is growing in leaps and bounds, courtesy of BOI. The managing director and chief executive officer of the company shares the history of the company and how their partnership with the Bank of Industry began.
The company was established in 2007. And we started with about 15 staffs for production, while we're having a single line for long-span aluminium products. Looking at the demand and what have you for customers, we try to seek out credit facility from our bank, which is a commercial bank, but looking at the interest rate, which is quite high, we have to look for options. That is where Bank of Industry came in order to have an additional machinery to meet up the required customer needs, looking at the design and then quality of product. And we approached Bank of Industries for loan, and which was granted within a short possible time. And that enabled us to acquire that machinery that has 2 design production lines, which is part of the need of the customers. And that built up our capacity to a production of initial about 10 to 12,000 tons in a month to about 25, 28, 30 tons in a month. So if you look at that in a year, we're almost doing about 300 tons thereabout. And with an increase of additional staff of 30 presently, and by extension, almost about 300 ad hoc staff who work in the field, because it has to do with roofing, housing, schools, hospitals, and estate projects. So far, we are almost rounding up paying back our loans, which I think this month or next month. And we're looking forward to assessing additional loan to be able to meet up the demand, because we are presently in Kaduna, but covering almost the northwest. We have customers coming all over from this part of the north to buy our goods.
As the company continues to expand across the length and breadth of the country, the managing director highlights the role of BOI and his plans for the future.
We didn't know anybody. Just like I said, we tried to seek through our commercial bankers, but what drove us to start seeking for other opportunities was to look out for other options, and that's where BOI came in. And I think the role of BOI over time has been commendable. It's supervisory, it's advisory at the same time to us, without knowing anybody personally within the establishment.
Okay. So in terms of the impact, how would you describe the impact of BOI's intervention on your company?
It has been tremendous. It has been tremendous. For somebody producing almost 10 tons in a month and then producing almost about 30 tons is almost double. It's almost double. And if not for the economic downturn due to the COVID-19 and what have you, we should be producing more than that, because that stopped, production. It even stops construction and what have you, and it affected our line of business. But outside that, I think we should be doing about 50 tons or thereabout in a month.
So how easy was it to get the BOI loan?
It hasn't been difficult, and it was timely when we requested, and were able to meet up the requirement. Just like I said, they are advisory and supervisory in all the aspects. So they were able to assist us to put up all the required documents and what have you that are required, and then they were able to assess the loans.
So what advice would you have for other entrepreneurs?
It is important that they take advantage, and looking at what the federal government has been doing in order to assist both small scale and existing companies that are into business with interventions. I even advise probably the window to channel some of these, for example, CBN interventions to BOI to be able to assist more people. That's in terms of funding. I would advise entrepreneurs and business people to take advantage of that.
And a word of appreciation for BOI?
No, we want to sincerely thank BOI for all the efforts they've done in assisting us to grow. And as our partners, we are looking forward to even assisting us more. And we thank them so much for this assistance greatly.
Yeah, you talked about paying off this, offsetting this one and acquiring more.
Yeah,
so
we
what
want
is
to.
the vision? What do you want to do with more loan if you get it?
We're looking at expanding our production more.
To cover the whole country?
If possible. If possible. Yeah. Well, regarding BOI, I won't say it's directly to BOI, but as an agency of government, I want them to be able to advise where we'll have some windows, probably regarding beginners and some of us who are already in business to see how we can have probably tax holidays or some little, incentives for those who are importing machinery and most importantly, raw materials. They are very, very important because most of our raw materials are not produced locally. They are imported. So if you can have probably regarding importation charges, duties, and what have you, it will impact on our production, and it will bring goods to be affordable to end users greatly, to assist. If they can talk on our behalf, for us to have that, it will help tremendously.
Now, over the years, the Bank of Industry has continued to provide interventions for businesses to thrive, and there is more where that came from. The interventions, which focuses on men, women, youths, and persons with disability, is slowly but surely making meaningful impact on the nation's socio-economic development. Are you an entrepreneur out there or know anyone in need of support to grow his or her business? Kindly visit any of the branches of the bank closest to you or log on to their website at boi.ng. You can also follow the bank on all social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Thank you for watching this week's edition of BOI. I'm Gloria Umezuke. See you again.